Hello, 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 hello. I swear I've seen this before. Well, we'll see. We'll see how... here we go. The black square. And then... boom. This is a thing that I did a couple of years ago, and now I'm gonna play it, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Crash Bandicoot. But every crate is a nitro, which means if you're unfamiliar with the concept, if I touch any one of the boxes anywhere in the game, this will happen. I've never really done like a full playthrough of this, so I don't know how successful this is actually going to be. There will have to be some cheating involved at certain points. I think definitely a bit of modding actually, which is always a good idea to do live. It never goes horribly wrong. If you've seen the video that I made about playing this game with all nitros, you already know that it doesn't take long before the cheating starts. I do have infinite lives, because there are going to be points in the game where the cheating consists of deliberately killing myself quite a lot, and I'm also going to die a lot without meaning to. So just so we don't have to keep sitting through a lot of game overs, I do have infinite lives turned on, so that 4 is never going to go down. I haven't played this game for a while. I certainly haven't played the Nitro version of this game for a while. There is a technique where you can... there's a way to do this where you can safely blow up nitros without dying, and I think there may be a few points in the game where... there you go. So that is a technique that might be useful at some points. It might not. There will be probably more cases where I'm cheating rather than doing that. But we'll see. One of the difficulties when you're doing it with Crash 1, no checkpoints. You have to beat every single level in this state without dying a single time. This crate in the middle here would normally be a checkpoint. It's not a checkpoint now, so I can't use it to make my life any easier. Thankfully, level 1, not too difficult. If you go... oh, I forgot about this part though, actually. If you go the left path up ahead, it should be alright. Going the other way, I think is possible, but... oh god, I forgot about this. There we go, that's not too bad. I think if you get very lucky, you can jump across this bridge, but I don't want to do anything unnecessarily difficult this early on. It'd be nice to get through at least one level before anything too difficult happens. I'm definitely going to have to do some modding at some point, because this isn't really possible to do legitimately. Jungle Rollers. Let's start cheating, shall we? When I made my video originally about this concept, my tactic for getting through this level and a few others involved quite seriously breaking the game by messing around with the graphics settings. I don't really want to do that live. I think that could cause all kinds of problems. I don't actually need to keep killing myself now, because I died enough times to be given a... where is he? An Aku Aku mask, who will protect me from one hit of a nitro. There's a wall of crates in this level that's not very easy to get through, and I don't want to use the method that I used in that video to do it here. So instead, I've killed myself repeatedly enough times to be given an Aku Aku mask, which will let me walk through the wall of nitros without dying. Here it is. I spent a long time trying to find a different way to get through this. I did come up with an idea, but I don't want to try it here, so there we go. That's another example of how I'm going to be cheating, and it won't be the last time I do that. But I'd like to only cheat when necessary. Like, I could have kept going and given myself 2 masks, but you don't need 2 masks for this level. I might change my attitude about that. Normally, when you go into a bonus round, which is what this is, the entrance then acts as a checkpoint. So if I went into this bonus round and then died later in the level, I would respawn here. I can't get into the bonus round because that counter that shows 0 out of 3, the 3 things that I need to collect to activate it, are inside crates, except all the crates are nitros, so no, they're not. Anyway. That's 2. How many levels in this game? I have no idea how long this is going to take. This is a game that I know very well. It doesn't normally take me that long to beat it, but I've never like sat down and played through this version of the game. I'm starting much later than I wanted to. It's already 1 AM. Oh god. There's already problems. This is level 3. So you can break that though. The thing is though, I don't think I want to go any further. I think I do need to kill myself. I'm just trying to remember. I should have watched that video before I did this. Actually coming up pretty early on, I think, is the first issue. If I'm remembering this level correctly, yeah. So here we go. I can't get past this without cheating. So I'm going to be killing myself again. The question is, do I need 2 masks to get through this level? My memory gets confused between this level and Native Fortress, which is the same as this level but worse. I wonder if it's possible to get at least 1 gem. I would assume, actually no, I was going to say probably in the boulder levels you can get the gems, but no, of course not, because there's some gems, there's some boxes that the boulder doesn't get. Unless they're all like single nitros on the floor, I don't think so. I genuinely don't know if 1 mask is enough to get through this, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, boulders, I'm not sure. Obviously Boulder Dash has got the secret gem area, so that's not going to be possible, but there we go. Boulders maybe, but it depends on the configuration of all of the other crates in that level. Oh god. Oh, I'm already regretting this. Would a mask even spawn in the boulder levels? That's a good question. I think... Nice. I'm getting used to that technique again. No, I don't think a mask... You don't get a mask in the boulder levels, ever. Oh, piss. Well, okay. I guess I do... Oh! I probably could have run under it there, did you see that? Yeah, okay, I'm going to give myself 2 masks now. But see, this is why I wanted to give myself infinite lives, because I already would have had how many game overs just from cheating? I'm pretty sure that the death counter that determines when you receive these free masks, I think that does carry over across game overs, right? If you die like 4 times, and that gives you a game over, and you restart the level and die again, I think that still counts as like 5 deaths, right? Here we go. I remember when I tried this with the Wrath of Cortex, which is something I did a live stream of a couple of years ago. I think I'm having a breakdown. It doesn't work like that in that game, so if you die enough times to get a game over, shit, I need that mask. When you restart the level again, the game thinks you've not died at all. I think I'm right in saying that, which makes cheating in this way a little bit more difficult. This thing that I'm doing here, unsuccessfully at the moment, but I have got it right a few times. This is one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to doing this with Crash 2. Fuck. Confusingly, out of the 3 videos that I did, that was the first one. So techniques like this, I hadn't figured out yet. And now that I know you can do that, and it is easier in Crash 2 and 3 when you can slide, I realised that the complicated way that I got through Crash 2 in my original video is not actually the best way to do it if you can master this technique, which... Oh god. Which I was doing okay with before, you saw, right? You saw me do this correctly a few times. I should actually make reference, these bouncy arrow crates that I'm on, this is the reason why you can't beat the game if every crate is a nitro, because turning those iron arrow crates into nitros makes this level completely impossible to even start. So spoilers for anyone who hasn't who hasn't watched that video, but yeah, the lucky thing about this game, there we go, okay, I should be okay now, is if you do it the way that I did it in the video, then here we go, then I wasn't using masks to get through situations like that. I had a different method for that, which I mentioned earlier. The times when I decided that it's absolutely essential to have Aku Aku masks, you just about have the exact... Oh fuck, I forgot about this. The exact right number of masks available to pick up in the game to deal with that, which is quite nice. Okay. Oh god. Whose idea was this? Why did I decide to do this? Ooh. Did you see that? Wouldn't Crash 2 require the lag strats? Ah, well yes, okay, fair enough. Bear down. Bear down is still an issue. Oh god, I don't like this. I'm now beginning to remember how much cheating I did when I was originally playing through this game. I like that, how that turtle sometimes gets killed by the spikes. I cheated a lot to get the footage for that original video. I never really played through it legitimately like I'm trying to here. Legitimately. Yeah, bear down. I've only ever... the thing that happened where I actually managed to run... Again, spoilers for the Crash 2 video, but the thing where I ran underneath the crates as they bounced up, I've only seen that happen once ever. To be fair, that's mostly because I never wanted to play that level again after I had it happen once. I'll see what I can do with this, see if it is possible to break. I'll see how many I can get anyway. Okay, that's 1 out of 16. Now this actually looks like it should be doable here. If I can break that one on the left, I don't know though, the low ceiling might make it problematic. So you can break them, but I think because of the ceiling in the tunnel. This is a good one to practice on though, actually, because it's right at the start. This is a relatively chill level compared to the one I just did, so that's quite nice. But yeah, it might be possible. And then those two, and this one, I think it could be feasible that you could break every crate in this level. This is exactly the same situation as that as well. This one might be, I'm not going to try it, but because you can get outside the tunnel much more easily from here. I think these four you could do. If you can do it with any level, it'll be this one. There's actually not many crates in the path of the boulder. I only got 5 out of 16 for that. What's next? Rolling stones? Oh no, upstream. How could I forget upstream? This one should be okay, I think. I've gone too far. What have I done? I was really looking forward to doing that joke. I hope I did it justice. I'm not going to have water in this one though. I wanted something green, so I got Mountain Dew. Upstream. I think this is going to be okay, isn't it? Yeah, I think up the creek maybe. Some of these platforms get a little bit small. Like here you've got loads of room, so it should be okay. As long as I can jump around these without drowning. I've still got 4 lives left, I'm doing okay. Definitely only really been the Great Gate that's been annoying so far, and I'm not expecting anything else too bad until I get to Native Fortress. Oh, I should pay attention to this. Finally, a break from the crates. Why did they give him more health in this remake? Was it not just the Japanese version previously where he had this many hit points? I've played the original Crash Bandicoot 1 billions of times. I should know these things, because I've now played this version quite a lot as well. Okay, Rolling Stone. Should I play as Coco? I kind of don't want to, because I've got my snazzy outfit on. I usually do prefer playing as Coco, because Crash Bandicoot is so ugly in this game. But I think he looks pretty dope here. I think this level's going to be okay. Like, so far, you could break... Oh no, actually, could you? If you manage to blow this one up, will it explode the top one as well? Maybe. I'm not going to try it. Hopefully the bosses won't be a problem, because that's... Oh shit. Because that's not what we're here for, is it? It'd be interesting to see throughout the game what causes me more problems, like the nitros or just things that are already in the game. Definitely a lot of them in this level you can break, actually, if you really want to. There must be a level somewhere, apart from maybe boulders that you can do. These ones might be a problem. These 4 here. Maybe if you stand on the sides of the path. I don't know. I was thinking it was Native Fortress next. This one hopefully is okay. It might take me a couple of attempts just to get used to the layout. In like a normal playthrough of this game, it's the hog levels that I normally get the gem on like first attempt without even trying. So you basically got to do the same thing you do then, except the opposite. I don't think anything weird happens if you get blown up while you're riding the hog, does it? Oh shit. Before I even jumped, I knew I'd fucked up there. In the China levels in Crash 3, you get something a bit weird happening when you hit the nitros. I don't really want to experiment with it. It's going to take me long enough already. I don't think I'm going to have to do anything more serious than just killing myself a lot until I get to the 3rd island. The exact nature of the modding that I want to do, I haven't yet decided. We can figure that out. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Would it be possible to replace the falling crates in the gem screen with nitros? Well, I sort of did that at the start of my Crash 1 nitro video, but that was a joke. What I actually did for that was, I think I want to give myself 2 masks again for this one. I'm going to do it anyway, because this is going to be horrible. You can pick up a mask in this level, so maybe I'll give myself 1, because I know I definitely need 1, and we'll see how we go. I made a joke where the crates in the gem screen were also nitros, so I finished the level and then immediately died. What I actually did for that was I took one of the cannons from the jet ski level, from the pirate ships, which constantly spawn, normally cannonballs, obviously, but you can change it into any object you want, so it's just a useful way to have something repeatedly spawning. I took a cannon from one of those boats, and I put it above the gem room, and had it just constantly spit out nitro crates down to where Crash is standing, to create the illusion that those crates have also turned into nitros. I think if you actually just turn those crates into nitros, normally they just either don't spawn or they stay hovering in midair. But the thing is, since making that, I figured out how to give crates physics, like gravity. There's one mask gone. So possibly if I did that, you could do it. So I know there's at least one more place where I'm going to need a mask. I think I found it. I was going to say, I don't remember if it's before or after the mask that you can pick up in this level. But I think we've just found the answer to that, so I am going to have to kill myself some more. Okay, hopefully I can get further than this now. I think this is where I can pick up the mask. Yeah. This is like the first really long level in the game. I think I can skip some of the hazards here. Okay. I've lost the mask that I had. The question is, did I need to keep it for something else later on? Ah. Right. I mean, I could have... Did you see that? I could have walked under it then, but it's just impossible to predict when that's going to happen. I mean, is there any way? I don't think so. Has anyone else done this? I know a few people have done playthroughs of these games. I don't know if anyone's done a complete playthrough of Crash 1 before. I'd be surprised, because like, it isn't going to be... It'll be possible, but very, very difficult and annoying to do without a bit of modding later on. I think these levels, maybe like Heavy Machinery and Castle Machinery as well, are some of the only 2D levels where you can't jump around things. Like things like the Lost City and Sunset Vista, you can jump like away from the screen. You're not fixed in the 2D plane like you are here. There's no invisible wall stopping you from jumping around things, so those should be a bit better than this. I mean, this isn't going to be the hardest level in the game, so I don't think there's any way I can safely blow this up, because I won't be able to jump away far enough, I don't think. Maybe, but I don't want to jump into the fire, so I'm going to have to... Don't start dancing now, mate. Okay. Can you hear those sirens outside? Probably someone else who's trying to do what I'm doing here and they've had a heart attack. Don't get killed by a plant. Right. I wonder if you can spin that plant into these, actually. Pretty sure you can't get past this without taking a hit. Hopefully I can get to the end. Okay. So if nothing else, I'm not going to fall to my death from this point onwards. Yeah, I don't want to bounce too high, just in case there's anything up ahead that I've forgotten about. Shit. Okay. I've seen... Oh, shit! Shit! Fuck! Shit! Dick! 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 Shit! Fuck! Oh, good, great. What a fantastic welcome back to the start of the level. Okay, well, I'm confident that it's doable anyway. I think I might consider editing this whole playthrough down into a video that's not the full length of the stream. So I might count up the deaths as I go with that and see how many I end up with. I did that a long time ago, a very long and painful night when I had a bit of a marathon. I live streamed the 3 games of the original trilogy in one sitting, while drinking quite heavily at the same time. The full stream is no longer on my YouTube channel. I still have it, but do you see that? But there's a compilation of all the deaths from that night. What the fuck? Fuck off. And I'd be curious to know if I've already died more times during this than I did while playing Crash 1 on that occasion. The thing I died to earlier was a really stupid mistake. It shouldn't be an issue, really. I've just got to be careful with my jumping. Oh my god, oh my god. It's awkward because I don't want to hold down the jump button here. There we go. Whew. We did it. Anyone keeping track of how long I'm taking on these levels? That was definitely the worst so far. I do think it's really cool that you need 3 masks, the way I see it, to get through that level. You can give yourself 2 masks, and then you can pick up another mask. It's just so perfect. It's almost like somehow 28 years ago back at Naughty Dog, they thought one day someone's going to change all the crates in this game to those crates that we haven't invented yet that are going to be in the next game. We want to make sure it's possible to beat the game if they do that. So here we go. There's more shit like that than there was in Upstream. Very small platforms you've got to be very careful on. But I'm just grateful to have full 3D movement again. This is a bit awkward at the top of the slope, but when will this end? Oh my god. This is just normal part of the level. There's no nitros here. Ah, here we go. 0 out of 48. Now here's a different question. Here's a different angle to, like, can you get the gem in any level? How many levels can you get through without breaking any nitros? It's like a sniper laser, isn't it? Every time my glasses catch the reflection of the light on here. I think I'm going to be shot in the head in a minute. I'm going to shamelessly cheat in this level because start as you mean to go on, you know? It's too late to worry about that now. Anyone played Crash Team Rumble? Has that game come out yet? I've got infinite lives, so I'm just going to drown myself a few times. Oh, this music reminds me of Crash 4. Should I do Crash 4? Except every crate is a nitro? That's one of the ones I get comments about. It's always Wrath of Cortex, which I have tried, but I didn't think it was very interesting. Crash 4 or Twinsanity. Personally, I'm thinking about trying Twinsanity after I've done these 3 games. I know it's stupid and pointless. The way to get through Twinsanity would just be whatever the current any percent speedrun world record is, right? You can beat that game in like 10 minutes because it's an open world. But I'm interested in like attempting to play it linearly because I do have a version of the game where every crate's a nitro. If I'm going to cheat, by which I mean I'm just going to spin a couple of the crates to blow them up immediately. Is it better to do that the first 2 times or the second 2 times? Impatience tells me I'm going to do it the first 2, because even though I've been playing this game for 20-something years, I've still never had the patience to figure out when you're supposed to jump on these to do this boss fight correctly. This one? That's embarrassing. I think I spent even longer on that than I did on Native Fortress, didn't I? Finally! A proper level. A 2D level where I can jump around some of the obstacles. Even this one, I think. There we go. It's alright. Infinite lives. I'm going to pick up this mask because it would be stupid not to. Is it this level where you can get invincibility? But it's not helpful at all. Oh, here's a mask, I remember. Okay. 2 masks. Without cheating. Look at those nitros in the back. Wow. Originally planned as a side mode to Crash 4. Yeah. Don't I know it. I got banned from Twitter for a long time for being the first person to leak all of the Wampa League stuff. But then Elon Musk let me back in. I'm not a fan of the guy, but done at least one good thing with his life, which was letting me back on Twitter. When's the next time you need a mask for anything? Because I don't think you do in this level. Hopefully, because I've just lost 2 that I had. Heavy machinery, I don't know if you need invincibility, but that's the time when I got invincibility in the video that I made. Oh, I need more. Oh, I guess I can get invincibility here. Well, I'm not going to turn it down if the opportunity comes up. I'm not going to deliberately give myself extra masks. But I'm not going to turn them down when they appear. That's the other thing about Twinsanity, of course, that might make it a bit more interesting, is Aku Aku doesn't protect you from nitro crates at all. Crash 4, I don't know, I tried it. I got like as far as I could. I got through the first world, and then it was one of the... here we go, let's see what we can do with this. One of the rail grinding sections in whatever the second world's called. I want to call it Mega Mix Mania, because I've played Crash Team Racing more than Crash 4. I found a point that you can't get past. I know there's some crazy stuff you can do, like with the mask powers in that game, but I don't think there's anything you can do at that point in the game. I don't know. Be careful with this guy, because that can happen. Here we go. I'd have to... I was going to say I'd have to fuck up quite badly to not get to the end. I did fuck up a little bit there. I think there's quite a lot of crates in this level as well, so this might take a while. This should be okay. As long as I can survive that. This level I think is more about the platforming than the extra hazard created by the nitros, so hopefully it's going to be okay. Because I'm so good, as we've seen already, at jumping between platforms without falling to my death. This is annoying that I can't really see what I'm doing. Oh god, look at that up ahead. Luckily, oh no, I want to be more careful here. Luckily, that bridge of nitros up ahead, I don't need to deal with. That's not on the main route through the level. Normally these are invisible crates until you step on them. That gives you some idea of how they might work. They are in fact always there. They're just a special kind of crate. Would it be possible to make the nitros invincible? Oh, invisible. I don't... Oh! Fell to my death once again. God, can you imagine if there were invisible nitros that don't appear until you touch them. The fact that they explode as soon as you touch them means you could just make them always invisible. So yeah, I'm going to say you can actually have invisible nitros that suddenly appear. That wasn't my fault, you saw that. That suddenly appear and explode once you touch them. Was that the first time I've died because of a nitro jumping up as I've been jumping over it? I think it was this one as well, the little bastard. It'd be quite fun to try that with TNTs. I think that'd be a bit more fair. If you could have a TNT that is invisible until you touch it, and then the countdown starts when it appears. Although I'm really tempted now to do like a version of Insanity Beach or something that's not too difficult with invisible nitros. Maybe after I've finished with the rest of the game, if I don't spend 7 hours on it. Can you beat Crash Bandicoot if every crate is an invisible nitro? Oh my god. I love it. I love that idea so much. Hog Wild would be insane with invisible nitro. I don't like that you're putting these ideas in my head, guys. I'm not. So I'm going to have to try it now. Oh no. We'll see how long it takes me to get through the game. Maybe that could be an extra bit of fun at the end. If I do that, I might put in a lot of these danger signs just to warn people that something's not right. Okay, so this I think is the only bit that's a bit awkward, but it's fine. Just means you can't really see if there's anything that's going to break. Ah, okay. I'll be happy if I can do the bridge levels first time. I need to remember that I don't have the double jump. Fuck. Usually when I'm playing this game on PC, I always have the double jump in Crash 1. But since I changed to a new computer, my save files all got reset. When you have the double jump in this level, it doesn't matter if you accidentally kill one of the turtles you need to jump onto. But there we go, that wasn't too bad. The high road might be more difficult. Boulder Dash, it is not possible to get into Whole Hog, so I won't be playing that. Maybe just for like a bit of fun, I should have made all the crates in Whole Hog invisible as like a stupid little Easter egg for anyone who plays the Nitro version of this and manages to get into Whole Hog. What's the other secret level? Fumbling in the dark? God. I just had a thought. Lights Out. Did I include that in... Oh god, I totally forgot about Lights Out. What I did originally when I played through Lights Out with all nitros was I turned up the brightness on the TV I was playing on to make it possible to get through without needing any light sources, but I don't know if I can do that. I don't know what's going to happen when I get to Lights Out. That might be one that I have to cheat on in some creative way. The screen I'm playing on is actually a Wacom tablet. And I actually have the brightness turned all the way down on it because I don't know how anyone who wears glasses does any kind of live streaming, because if I don't have the brightness on 0, I get such a strong reflection from this screen and these lenses. It's very annoying. Not for me, but for the viewers it looks really weird. I don't remember what I did about Lights Out. What's a more satisfying solution if I do have to change it? Like, would it be better to disable the darkness so that it's still all nitros, but you don't have the same kind of lighting as normal? Or is it better to just play the level fully vanilla with the crates as they're supposed to be? I don't think I've got an easy way to turn the brightness up far enough to make it doable. I'm on the last level, apart from a boss fight, of the second island. So you can get through the first 2 islands, if I can beat this level, without any modding. Cheating, yeah, sure. I can actually just jump there, can't I, just to be safer? So the only real problem with this, I think, is just the fact that it's a long level. This is the longest level in the game, right? If you exclude Stormy Ascent. I think... Here we go. Back in business here. I know that when I made the Nitro video of this game, I went into heavy machinery with 2 masks because of the invincibility thing that I mentioned. I'm not going to worry too much about keeping 2 masks all the way through this level, assuming that there is another one you can pick up somewhere. If I get to heavy machinery and I'm not starting with 2 masks, I will cheat to start with 2 masks. I'm telling you now. Oh no, there is a mask here. Yes, I remember. Here we go. Okay. You can get 2 masks totally legitimately in this level. I don't know with 100% certainty that the trick for getting invincibility is going to work anyway. because I haven't tried it on this computer yet, and the behaviour of the nitro crates can vary a lot between different computers. And I really hate how green the lighting in this level is. It's not right. This is the one that's the most annoying to me visually, I think. Out of every level in the Insane trilogy, I feel like this is the one that they got the most wrong in terms of what it's supposed to look like. I don't hate the visuals in this game as much as some people do. I do think Crash Bandicoot 1 on the PS1 still is such a beautiful game. It's gorgeous. And this is just like, eh. I mean, I hate the design of Crash Bandicoot, the character, in this game. I'm not the biggest fan of the Crash 4 art style either. Sorry if that's controversial. I do think the music's alright in this game. Even though, you know, the first thing I did when I was modding this game was change all the music back to the original versions. Like, that should have been a feature anyway, shouldn't it? Spyro did that. Crash 4's art style, because it reminds me of Looney Tunes. Yeah, I do think, like, the animation, the character animation in Crash 4, I think is really good. I think they captured the Looney Tunes thing, which was obviously an inspiration for the original game. I think they did do a good job of that. But Cortex being tall with a round head, if I want that, I'll play Crash of the Titans. Can you beat Crash of the Titans if every crate is a nitro? I think it is safe to touch these nitros, really. Thankfully. But I'd rather not. Like, you can just about squeeze past them like this. I should have kept that mask, it's alright. This level just keeps going. At least I'm not going to fall to my death at this point. I might fall into some fire, but that's okay. I can survive one more hit. Predicted that one, didn't I? What's your favourite Crash soundtrack? That's a good question. Favourite anything with Crash Bandicoot? I usually always say the first game, but that's largely about nostalgia. I do like the Twinsanity soundtrack. Wrath of Cortex, actually. I love that every level has its own piece of music. I like the Crash Bash soundtrack a lot. There's some really cool, like, remixes, or just new updated versions of Crash 3 songs and things like that. Crash Bash is I love Crash Bash. That is the longest level in the game, right? I didn't survive with the masks that I wanted to keep, but that's alright. What's this? Why isn't it green? These falling TNTs are special kinds of TNTs. They're not just dropping like from gravity, they specifically fall in a very particular way. So if you change these to nitros, then the nitros just spawn in up above the level here, and they don't fall down. But again, like, if you change their physics properties to have gravity, then maybe, I don't know, I haven't actually tried that. Then they wouldn't explode on their own, they just build up over time probably. I should try that. That was Koala Kong, not a problem, much easier than the previous boss anyway, at least for me. Here we go, heavy machinery. Now, why is it that I would have liked to have two masks at the start of this level? Because of this guy up here. I don't know if you need them, but it definitely makes this level a lot easier if you have invincibility. So if you start the level with two masks, which you can do by keeping the ones that I had before in Sunset Vista, or by cheating, as I've been doing occasionally, it is possible to collect that mask and get invincibility. But it involves jumping onto the top of that nitro crate and hoping that it doesn't explode. And that is something that I've successfully done more than once, but never yet on this computer. I think it's okay to give myself two masks at the start here, because I've shown that you can collect two masks in the previous level. The question is, how many times do I attempt to collect the third mask before I give up and just try and do it without invincibility? I'm pretty sure the first time I ever tried this, I got really lucky and it did work. I've done it before. You can find video evidence of me doing it. How long should I spend attempting it though? There you go. Well, that's good timing. Now I've just got to be very careful that I don't fall into a hole, because I do not want to have to do that again. It didn't actually take too long, did it? It was like a couple of minutes, was it? I was playing this before it happened. I also need to pay attention to the music. Okay. So I know when it ends. There you go. That actually happens more often than you'd think. It's not just that nitro. Any nitro crate in the game, if you can jump above it like that, it's possible to jump off it again safely without it exploding. Most of the time it's not feasible to like attempt that several times in case, oops, and hope that it works. It just so happens that in this level it's right at the start, so it doesn't take long to replay that little bit over and over again. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I think that's one of my favourite parts of the ideal playthrough of this. Oh shit, that was obviously going to happen. Hopefully I don't need any masks to get to the end, because now I realise, oh, I've got to do that again if I die at any point. So I've got to be very careful here. I will still need more masks later on. I don't know how many nitros I actually blasted through then. I don't know that you can't do it without invincibility, but it's just so much easier with it that I've never really tried. I also want to be very careful here that I don't hit my head on any surprise nitros. There we go. And we've seen that this trick does now sometimes happen. Unlikely to happen twice in a row, sure, but you know, it didn't take me too long the first time, so. And like, at least I know now what's coming up at the end. Like, that happened because I wasn't totally sure where those crates were going to be in the final section, and I was really scared about hitting them without seeing them. I mean, it's such a cool trick though, this, that it would be fun to see it again, wouldn't it, right? Come on. There we go, look at that. Both times. That was only a few attempts, wasn't it? That's crazy. Don't be a moron now. I'm feeling pretty confident. Semi-confident. Oh my god. I had a mask as well. I didn't need to be so cautious. I don't know what causes this, but like what makes this possible. I don't know if it's like, maybe it's like if you land on top of it at the exact moment it was about to jump up. Maybe that cancels something out and makes it safe to stand on. I feel like it's taking a bit longer this time. I can't believe I fell down a hole of all things. Is it worth attempting the level without invincibility? Is it possible to do it without invincibility? This went so well the first couple of times. Everyone was really impressed. I probably should at least try without invincibility. If it's possible, then it might be quicker. Okay, I'm going to see how far I can get with 2 masks. I mean, it's not the most promising start, is it? It's pretty useful for this, but to be fair, there's another trick. Okay, it didn't quite work out there, but this is the point. This is the point that you get to with the 3 masks anyway. So as long as I can get through the rest of the level, which I haven't quite managed yet, and certainly I'd like to have those 2 masks still at this point, but it should be possible without invincibility. In theory. If I can... Oh no. There we go. That was lucky. That was very lucky. I hope it is generator room next, because I'm dreading Cortex power for a couple of reasons. I don't like Cortex power that much normally anyway, because I always get so lost in that level. I got right to the end the first time as well, didn't I? Right to the end. I could see the exit. The first time I did this, I lost a mask in the most stupid way by jumping on this thing. I mean, that's just idiotic, isn't it? Yeah, I was right what I said earlier. This level, like the Great Gate, you can't jump around the crates by moving on the forward axis. Let's wait till we get to castle machinery. Oh god, there's something really fun coming up in that level. Here we go. Okay. Well, that's answered a couple of questions. You can do the invincibility trick twice. Maybe not 3 times, but you can beat the level without invincibility. So that's good to know. I think Cortex power, we might need to do a bit of work. I don't know. I mean, the first thing I'll say is if you get invincibility in heavy machinery and you keep the 2 masks that remain after that to the end of the level, you can start this level with 2 masks, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself 2 masks, which is going to involve just walking into the door several times. I'm going to be doing this for a while though, so how was everyone's weekend? Anyone do anything fun? God, which way I don't even know which way to go. I've played this so many times, I have no idea which way to go. I can't remember if this is a level that you need to mod. You don't need to mod any level. Like, the things that I'd want to mod it to make easier are possible to do without modding, but I mean, you'll see what I mean when I get to those points. It's basically like the situation in Heavy Machinery, except in some parts of the game, you need to do that when it's not right at the start of the level, so it isn't as convenient to replay it. And what I don't remember is this a situation where you need that to happen, or can you get across this with one mask or two masks? I don't know what's going to happen when I jump on this. I was dreading that. I really thought I was going to have to mod the game to deal with that. It might actually be, in that case, only Castle Machinery that I'm going to be fucking around with in a major way. I haven't forgotten about the lights out situation. That's coming up pretty soon. This level though, actually yes, I just remembered you do need a mask for something in this level. So, see, this is nice. You can see down below why you need a mask for this level. I love how much crisscrossing there is in this level. Like, you see stuff that's coming up later. I really like this level, actually. It's like, visually, it's one of the most basic in the game. But I actually probably could have made it through there if I ran as soon as that happened. Visually, there's not that much going on. It's just a black void, mostly. But in terms of how it's laid out, I really like it. What would be the worst level to do with invisible nitros? Which one's given me the most problems so far? I spent a lot of time in Heavy Machinery because I was trying to do a trick that actually it turned out wasn't necessary. Maybe Sunset Vista just because it's so long. I mean, Native Fortress is the one that sticks out to me. Right, just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Nope. We answered that question then. Oh. I promise I didn't deliberately fall to my death just to get a second mask. I swear that isn't what happened there. I actually just... Hopefully, if you've been watching this for a while, you'll know that I am quite bad at jumping over gaps. Yeah, Toxic Waste is next. That one's pretty simple. You just have to... I don't even need the second mask now. That's great, isn't it? I did used to struggle a lot with Toxic Waste. The first time I ever beat the original Crash 1 to 100%. Toxic Waste was the one that took me the longest. I was going to say it was the last one that I did, but it can't be because you get... Is it the blue gem from Toxic Waste? So you can't do it last. But, yeah, that one took me a long time back in the day. I'm expecting it to be an easy one, which means I'll probably be here for 3 hours. Because I thought Cortex Power was going to be one of the worst, and then it was over in a few seconds. Wow. I didn't even see that barrel. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it won't be as good as I was thinking. I did almost fall into the acid then as well. Just got to be careful and don't stop moving, which I think is something that S Club 7 once said. Speaking of music, I think this is one of my favourites in the game. I love the shit. Also, this level in the remake added these little dents on the ground to show you where the barrels are going to bounce. Unless they're very subtle in the original, I don't think those are there in the PS1 version. But that was pretty good. Come on, you see that? First attempt, 0 deaths. I did get hit by a barrel once, okay, so maybe not that impressive. Pinstripe. Let's fuck him up. Press Y to skip. What button is Y? If you want to see more Pinstripe, you got to play Crash Boom Bang. I think that's one of your only options. These boss fights just get easier and easier once you're done with Ripperoo. Pinstripe is in CTR, yes. But I want to see another Pinstripe boss fight where he's shooting at me with a machine gun. It should have been in Crash 4. I'm not very good at this game. Spoilers for Crash 4. But the whole end of the game takes place on Cortex Island, where we are now, where Pinstripe lives, immediately before the events of this game. Where was Pinstripe in Crash 4? He should have been a boss. Again, double jump would be really convenient here. Oh my god. See, this is one of the levels where the nitros are totally irrelevant. It's just difficult to do because it's a difficult level. This is the only place where it's like, oh, a bit awkward, but you can get around it, but I don't know. Oh my god, what happened there? Did you see that? I think I just stood on top of that nitro briefly. I don't think going into Slippery Climb with any masks will make a huge difference anyway, will it? Like this level, that one's more about falling to your death, I think, mostly, rather than any of the hazards within it. Ow. Slippery Climb is one of the levels that I was definitely better at in the original version. Not so much because I've got more used to this version and it's different, it's because I've got more used to Stormy Ascent. And now I find Stormy Ascent a lot easier than Slippery Climb usually. Let's be careful. Here we go. Come on. Oh. It's not too bad, really. It's probably one of the levels that suffers the most from not being able to die and get a checkpoint. But in terms of like the extra challenge created by the nitros, it's not too bad. Slippery Climb. And then I'm gonna have to make a decision with lights out. I mean, I'll go into it, I'll have a look, but probably the thing to do is going to be just change the lighting, right? We don't want to change the crates. The whole point is every crate is a nitro. Amazing, like, how little difference the nitros actually make in this level. Like, they don't get in the way much in something like the high road, but still, they killed me a few times. They just don't matter at all in this level. Traditionally, the hardest level in the game. But I think there's no reason why you'd ever be killed by a nitro in that level, because of the placement of the crates. Let's jump into Lights Out. And we'll just see. Okay. For a second I thought I might have put some fix into this level already and just forgotten about it, but no. It's possible. It's going to be possible if you know the layout perfectly. I mean, the screen that I'm playing on is on 0 brightness so that it doesn't reflect. I suppose this is going to be a terrible idea, but I'll just turn the brightness from... Oh, I immediately fell in a hole. I was going to say, I turned the brightness up from 0 to 100. And I'm wondering if... Not quite there just yet. There's also a gamma setting on this. It was on 2.2, so remember that in case I need it. Okay. Can you see how bright that is now? I've changed the gamma from 2.2 to 0.5. I can see it better than it looks on the stream right now. But I don't know if it's good enough to be... I don't know, I kind of want to try it like this. Take a picture of what it looks like for me. Can you tell that what I'm looking at is different to what you're looking at if I show you that? When I did this in that Nitro video, I was playing this on a TV. I possibly did something with the saturation settings as well. I just boosted everything I could. I mean, I'm getting through it. How far can I push this? There is an advanced button. Uniformity compensation. I don't know if I want to mess with these things. It's still a challenge. I think this is okay. I don't think I'm going to bother modifying this. I'm waiting for a new viewer to appear and say, wow, you're amazing at this game. How are you doing that without being able to see? That's your cue, anyone who's just joined, if you want to compliment me on my gaming skills. Why are there nitro crates in Crash 1? Because everything is better with a nitro crate. I keep forgetting there's a strong caffeinated beverage in that thing. It was a choice between Mountain Dew and absinthe, I think, if I wanted a green drink. I think I made the right decision. This screen is so bright. It's actually going to give me a headache if I spend too long on this level. I've got like transitions lenses in these glasses. They are designed to tint if they're exposed to a bright light for too long. They turn into sunglasses. Basically, I want to get through it before that happens and everything goes dark again. Right, there's a platform. I'm just going to wait for... There it is. And then... Oh, good. There's another platform. It's fine. It's easy. There it is. And then another platform. Another platform. Safety. I think... Is this the furthest I've got? My god. Oh. Fuck. Yeah, the rats are pretty helpful, actually. That's fun. God, I can't see if this is a gap. I think it is. Well, there was a gap somewhere. I'm just wondering if instead of changing the settings on my display, is there a way to change the settings in OBS? Color correction? Is there anything in there? What does this do? Whoa, hang on a minute. This might be less impressive. I'm going to be looking at this screen now. If you can see... Oh, yeah, that makes it easier. The sort of mist, the fog effects are still, like, solid white blurs, as you can see. It is the floor that's the main problem. Like that, the red, you can see the red floor up ahead. Even on my screen with the maxed out brightness, that is completely invisible. Oh. Ah, my God. Oh. I'm blinded. Okay, come on. Right at the end. But I mean, that was the exit. This is the strategy now. I mean, this is even more blatantly cheating, but I think this is better than completely removing the lighting, isn't it? The walls look pretty cool like this. It looks a bit more like it's a PS1 game, I think, which is a nice effect. It doesn't matter how many times you die in this level, you don't get given free masks. I don't like looking over here. I can't even see the top of my head, which is probably a good thing. I do need a haircut, actually. Two things you need to remind me. The previous setting of the gamma on my display and get a haircut. I feel like I should be doing better than this. It's alright, I've still got 3 lives. I don't think I'm going to get a game over. You see what I mean about the walls, like these arches that have a sort of blue tint that they don't normally have. And they're more textured. I think that looks really cool. Have I spent longer on this than I did on heavier machinery? Yeah. Both times trying to do something that's actually totally unnecessary. I just need to make sure I'm using the rats. Why is this so hard to see? Like this, it's not just me, is it? This is really blind at this point. If I get through this level without modding it, then a part of me is going to be like, well, I'd like to not mod any levels really. And then I'll spend 4 hours just on castle machinery. That's so bright. I've got it coming from 2 screens now. It's horrible when you actually have a mask. Is that the end in the distance? Yes, I think so. Come on. Just give myself a round of applause, not for the skill of getting through it, but for my vast genius in figuring out how to do that. Yes, I want to remove color correction. Oh my God, you see the difference that makes. Press A to continue. Which one's A? This is a bit like an A. Oh yeah, get a haircut. I actually forgot about that. Actually, if I sit about here, you can see what I'd look like with feathers coming out my hair. Maybe that's the style I should ask for. I've been playing this game for 3.5 hours. Starting to lose my mind a little bit. So this is a big old level, but I don't think there's anything too tricky about it. I think in my NITRO video about this game, I think I had 2 masks when I started this level, and I said you want to keep them throughout the whole thing. What masks are those? You end Lights Out with 2 masks, is that right? Or 1 mask? You can only get 1 mask at a time, can't you? Go and watch the video that's called Can You Beat Crash Bandicoot if every crate is a NITRO? You'll find what my theoretical ideal version of this playthrough looks like. I don't remember all the details now. I wonder how different this challenge would be in OG Crash 1. Yeah, I have thought about trying to do something like that. Because there are differences with 2 and 3. Like, the point at which it becomes impossible is different in the PS1 games. I imagine that tricks like jumping on and off a NITRO crate that work in this game wouldn't work in the original, but then maybe there's other things in that game that would work. Putting nitros in 1 should be trivial. Yeah, to be fair, I've seen a lot of like Crash 3 levels in Crash 2 and weird stuff like that, so yeah. The situation now is that the next level is Castle Machinery, and I'm going to see how far I get. Obviously, the easy way to do Castle Machinery would be to just be able to make that jump, but it isn't possible. That wasn't fair, was it? You saw that. It's actually not as far into the level as I was thinking. Oh no, I'm not where I thought I was. There's another section where you work your way down some conveyor belts in that sort of configuration. And then you come up against something that I don't think... Yeah, now you remember. Now you remember the problem with this level. It's possible to get through it. Oh, well this... I don't know about this bit. There's an invisible wall there, I guess. It makes sense, actually. Well, I can't get through that, clearly. So I'm going to give myself some masks. But yeah, in my Crash 1 NITRO video, I showed a way that you can beat this level. Theoretically, if you have 2 masks at this point, which I think is possible to do, legitimately. If you never die and you do everything correctly, first attempt and all that. And then it is possible to get through the whole level with 2 masks. If you're exceptionally lucky, on one particular section. It's quite far into the level. You've got to play a lot of the level before you even get to that point, so it isn't realistic to expect anyone to keep retrying the whole level over and over again to get it to work. I'm going to get up to that point if I can and see what I can do. If it works first time, it'll be the best thing that I've ever done. It is the same trick as what I did in Heavy Machinery, where you jump onto a nitro and off again without it exploding, but it's not as simple as that one. I mean, well, that's not a great start, is it? I think I can't do it. I definitely can't do it if I don't have at least one mask at that point. I think the easiest way to get around it is to open up the level editor. I mean, last time I did that while I was streaming, everything on my computer completely broke.
Guys, I'm trying, but I think I've broken my computer.
And move the spawn point of this level to where the difficult thing is, so that I can just do what I did in Heavy Machinery and just replay it over and over and over again until it happens. But I'll also be tempted to maybe put in an alternative way to get past it, because as with what happened in Heavy Machinery, sometimes it'll work very, very quickly. Sometimes you could be doing it for ages and it won't happen. It's ridiculous to expect anyone to do this legitimately. Like, everything up to this point, I think I've shown you can do it, like, just by normal cheating. Like, even if you don't have infinite lives switched on, that doesn't really affect anything. It just means you've got to sit through a lot of game overs while you kill yourself enough times to get some masks. It's possible you could memorize lights out and do that without even messing with the brightness settings, but this level is the main reason why no one's ever going to do a full playthrough of the whole game that is totally unbroken and continuous. The fact that there is a way to get through it means it's possible that it'll happen on my first attempt. I'm not ruling it out, it would have been nice to get over that. There is a reason any percent goes for the green gem, even in Insane. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Because if you have the green gem, you can skip the whole of this level. Yes, sadly, I didn't quite collect that gem. But yeah, of course, it's quicker to break every box in that level than it is to play the whole of this. The fact that the one level that's the biggest problem is also the one level that you can skip entirely, but not in this version, is quite an annoying situation, isn't it? Oh god. I mean, I haven't done this for a while, but it is possible to break these. It's so stressful when it's this far into the level. There we go. I'm so annoyed I forgot about that one that you dropped down to, though. That's normally a checkpoint. That's annoying. I think it's after this section. This is where I thought I was earlier. No, you've still got a lot to do before you get here. Okay. This. You can't even see the end of this. It is possible to jump across this if you have a mask, which I would have had if I hadn't hit things on the way over here. And if the same thing that happens that I did in Heavy Machinery happens here. I mean, I think theoretically it should be possible to do it without any masks. Because if you can jump off the nitro once, in theory, could jump off it twice. The odds of that happening even once. And you can see what I mean, like Heavy Machinery, you come up to that nitro in the first few seconds of the level, so it's not much of an ordeal to replay it over and over again until it happens. And also, as I discovered, you don't need the invincibility there, you can get through it without it. There's no way to get through this level without being able to jump on these without them exploding. It's impossible. So, I mean, I had to try it. It's so annoying because the exit, this is the only thing that's like a major, serious obstacle. And it's the one level where you can see the exit from the start. But there are things we can do. I'm going to close the game. And that means that when I reopen it again, I will no longer have infinite lives enabled until I turn that cheat back on. So don't let me forget to do that. And now I don't know if this is a good idea. Last time I did this, everything broke so badly. I'm going to have to remember to like reinstate the nitros as well, because I'd have to manually change all the crates and I can't be bothered to do that. I mean, I suppose the simplest solution might actually be to just like remove the invisible wall that's here, so you can jump straight across. And in fact, in doing what I want to do, I might, as a side effect, do that anyway. So this is the problem. I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the location of this random bit of scenery. I don't know if this is actually going to work. I've moved, you see what I did? I copied the location of this, I pasted it onto the spawn point. So now when the level starts, I should spawn in here. I'm also going to change, I can either change the spawn camera to just the default, or if I can figure out what this is, you can sort of see it just down below me there. Hopefully I've just changed the camera that the level starts with to the camera that you'd normally be using in this part of the level. Maybe, we'll see. But now, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to get through this, I would also like an alternative way to get through it. The problem is there's okay, in order to do that I'm going to have to remove this, which is the level border. Well, I can demonstrate what that means. If I can get a random piece of scenery, I'm going to change this into something like, here we go. If I change this bit of the wall to look like an iron crate, just because cubes are fun to work with and easy, turn on collision for that scenery object, stretch it out like this. What I've done here, hopefully, is I've moved the spawn point, so I'll start the level here, which will make it easier to replay over and over again to see if I can make this jump work. I also have this bridge here that I've created, so I can just step onto that and get around it if I decide it's going to take too many attempts. And actually, I suppose what I can do, in fact, is make this thing invisible. Now, this isn't going to be the final version of the level. There's still some work to be done. What I did with the camera didn't quite work out. Well, the level started anyway, which is something. So I've changed this to camera 8. Oh, that says 7. I think I was on the wrong camera. Okay. I'm still going to have to put all of the nitros back in. But I got the camera right. And I can just check if my... You can see the bit of wall that's missing over on the left there. Let's see if my invisible... Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have made it invisible. Well... Oh, this is much easier. This is a bit of a flaw in how this software works. I can't click on the invisible bridge because it's invisible. Does anyone remember what the name of the object that I turned into a bridge was? Here's the solution to this. Turn something else into an iron crate. Turn the mesh back on there. There we go. Right, okay. We're going to do something a little bit more complicated. This bridge is stupid. The border file that I just disabled for this level so that I can walk outwards from here, I've just imported the equivalent of that from Toxic Waste, just because I know that it has a lot of these. This is like an invisible wall. It's a bit awkward to see where that is here. Oh shit. That looks like it'll let me stand on it without interfering with the crates, right? Okay. So there we go. I've got an invisible bridge here so that if I want to cheat to get past this, I can, but it will still enable me to jump across, if that's possible. Okay, open up the Crash 1 Nitro mod, find the crates file for Castle Machinery, where everything has been turned into a Nitro, and then extract this. Hopefully what's going to happen now, the version of Castle Machinery that I just made, but with Nitro crates. So now we're in a position where I can replay this section, and then if I decide that I want to give up, I can just get past it like this. And I can also fall off the front of the level because I removed the border. Is everyone okay with that as a solution for this? Cheat engine. I don't want to get a game over. Okay, we should be good. Right, let's see. Right, you can see a bit better now that I have a mask what the plan is here, right? If on the first jump you can land and then jump again without them exploding, then you can get across. Because it doesn't matter if they explode the second time when you've got a mask. This is possible. I did it in that Nitro video. The question is, how long is it going to take? Because it's exactly the same trick as what I did in Heavy Machinery. It's more complicated because there's like a second jump to do later, but essentially it's exactly the same thing. And we saw that I managed to do that twice. Well, I suppose in this situation, the thing I said before where like maybe it's something about how the crates jump up. These crates don't jump. So I don't think that can be the case. Maybe it is just about doing it, pressing it at exactly the right moment. If I do get it, and then I die to something else later on, I'm not going to do this again. I'd be happy with just one successful attempt at this. I don't remember how long it took me to do this the first time I did it. I'm sure I've done it more than once, because like, I would have experimented to see if this was possible, and then done it again to record it. I think I've probably done this at least twice before. I'm going to keep going until I've only got 2 lives left. How does that sound? I'll tell you what you can do if you want to see this actually successfully done. Go and look up the video that's called "Can You Beat Crash Bandicoot If Every Crate Is a Nitro?" Don't go and watch that now. Watch this. Stay here with me. It's going to be so exciting when I manage to do it. I might have fallen asleep by then. I'll just keep drinking some of my nitro juice. Nitro fuel. How close is my secret invisible cheaty floor? Does it look like I'm standing on top of it there? Whoa. I'm like Jesus, but I can walk on nitros instead of water. I did it. Easy. Look at this. Ow. I maybe have a slight concern that the secret floor I put in may be intersecting with the nitros slightly and fucking with the physics of them somehow. I don't think that's entirely impossible now that I think about it. I've definitely, at some point, I've made a GIF of this jump being done successfully, and I'm wondering if I can fool you into thinking that I've done it by just putting that over the top of the screen here. That's something I probably shouldn't say out loud. This is the only place in the whole game where I'm properly cheating if I skip past this, right? 5 more times, that's what I'm saying. I'm calling it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you imagine? 5. No, okay. I tried. I reckon I've given it a good go. It's definitely possible. Oops. We've all got lives to live. So, my recommendation for this level is build an invisible bridge to get past that. Especially if you don't move the spawn point like I did. It's going to take you so long to replay the entire level up to that point. But to make up for not getting that to work, I haven't forgotten the invisible nitro ending that we discussed. And you know what's funny? Because I've taken out the level border in order to build that bridge, like you can kind of see I'm jumping out and back in here. I think that does mean it would actually be possible to jump from the start, the proper start of the level there, to the exit. I don't really want to demonstrate that now, but yeah, you take out the level border, I think you can make that jump. Maybe. With a double jump anyway, you probably can. And if I'm cheating to that extent, I might as well give myself the double jump, right? Anyway, there we go. That level is, in theory, it's possible. Realistically, that's the level that's the reason why you can't just do a straight all the way through playthrough of this mod. This is my first time playing all the way through this game on a DualShock 3, which is quite nice because it's like basically the same as the controller that I would have originally played the original Crash Bandicoot on. Maybe, I don't remember if that was a DualShock or like a proper old PS1 controller. But you get my point. Every time I've played through this game before, it's been with a PS4 controller, which is... I've decided I hate the PS4 controller. This is a nice change of pace anyway. I think, even though Ripperoo, I'm really bad at that, this is the hardest boss in the game, right, I think. And after what I've just been doing, it's just a relief to get to fight a big, ugly monster like this. It was nothing compared to trying to beat that last level. Here we go. The lab, which isn't strictly 100% nitros, but by this point, I think that's okay. It does still sort of work if you do change these switches into nitros, and you do that trick to break them like that, but only really because of an oversight of the code that I wrote to make the mod. I do like this bit where the door opens on its own, because of the nitro bouncing on the switch. That wouldn't happen if they were all nitros. Okay, this is a pretty short level, isn't it? Considering it's the last level in the game, I think... Oops. I think Castle Machinery probably works better as a final level. I think this is a difficult level when you're not familiar with it. than maybe sometimes when you are familiar with it. Yeah, there's a couple of things that are different compared to... Oh my god, he still throws... Christ, you see that? He still throws stuff at you if you go past him. I'll just remember there's some crates you've got to jump on at the end. Which are normally TNTs. I forgot about those. How... can you jump on the side there? Like you can here? Oh shit. Oh, I'm okay. Oh yeah, I think you can just jump on the side, yeah. You can definitely jump here. And then jump around here. Yeah, I think it's okay. There we go. Those 3 crates right there. If I don't play Stormy Ascent, those are the final 3 crates in the entire game. So I suppose I could just stop here, right? But I might as well finish it off. I've come this far. And then maybe just quickly, we'll see if we can have a little bit of fun. So yeah, if you could somehow jump all the way to the far corner where the exit is, even though I don't have any gems, I would still get the secret ending. But I can't. I just realised I think I've deleted the credits. First thing I do whenever I install this game on a new computer is delete the Activision logo. I think I might have deleted the credits as well. So it might actually be a bit disappointing. I don't actually know what's going to happen when I beat him. God, what an adventure it's been. Castle Machinery, it's so annoying. And I don't think I'd really thought about like the extra level of irony that normally Castle Machinery is the one level that you can skip. I'd be very surprised if you can break every crate in the Lost City though, which is what you need to do to be able to do that. God, am I going to do this first time? Possibly. Well, that'd be something, wouldn't it? That's something. There's been a few obstacles, a few mishaps on the way. I beat the final boss first attempt. Just don't go back and look at what happened when I fought Ripperoo. Yeah, no credits. We just go back to the map. Okay, can you beat Crash Bandicoot if every crate is a Nitro? No! Nor should you try. What a horrible idea. But I did what I could. It's a shame that I didn't get that tricky part of Castle Machinery, but it's so unlikely that you would. I'm just thinking about this idea we had earlier. What's the easiest way to implement it? What I'm going to do is actually, I think, just make every Nitro invisible, basically. I'm just going to modify the model for a Nitro crate. This is such a stupid idea. This is not the way. Don't listen to what I'm doing. Very, very bad to make things invisible by renaming the materials. That's not the way you should do it. New adventure. I mean, I might as well just check that they still explode. Can you beat Crash Bandicoot if every crate is an invisible Nitro? And let's get rid of this mask for a start. Oh my god. I'm gonna try... Oh. I want to try Castle Machinery with this one. Cheat engine's no longer running. YOLO! I don't need those lives. I've played this game a billion times. That was close. Especially this level, I spent so much time modding it, I know it like the back of my hand. My god, this is terrifying. This is terrifying. Okay, well that actually helps. I just got to remember where those explosions were. There's a bouncy crate here somewhere. There's an arrow and a bouncy crate here. There's another one just behind this guy here. There's 4 crates on this right-hand step. Don't get too close to that. There's one iron crate on the left here, right? There's some crates to the left here. I can still hear them. You can hear them bubbling and jumping, which gives you a bit of a hint. Okay, then there's a checkpoint in the middle here. There's an Aku Aku crate right there. I know exactly where every crate in this level is, or I should do. I spent so much time messing around with this level. Just because it's the first level in the game, it's the first one I think of when I want to do anything. I should know it off by heart. Yeah, forget about doing this with Crash 4. This is going to be my next project. Just go back to these 3 games again, but invisible Nitros. There's some stuff on the right here, and then there's a wall of crates up here. I don't like hearing them but not seeing them. That's freaking me out. I don't know. Oh, that's Okay, this feels like a good point to jump from. Oh my god. There's no crates in this little area, is there? There's 2 up ahead here, and then there's 1 by the exit. I'm pretty confident that's all that's left. There's 2 behind this, like, stone. Oh my god! I love this. I hate this, but I love it. I'm shocked that I got past this section first attempt. Okay. Memorize. I saw where the explosion was. This is the most fun I've had playing this game in years. Right. I think I've cracked that bit. It's just this. There we go, okay. I blew one up on the left, so I'll stick to the left. And then there's one more just at the end here. Do I remember where it is? Is it on the left? Is it on the right? Okay, well I found it. Unless there's something I've forgotten about. Right, should we keep going? No, I think I'm done. What a fun, horrifying concept this is, though. I'll try Stormy Ascent with invisible nitros. No, that was a lot of fun. Brilliant. I think next time either I'm going to be doing Crash 2 with all nitros, or I'm going to be doing this. Thanks, and the end. Bye.